afternoon, my name's Ian Charles of a company called Wizards, and I'm here today to talk to you about how you make and receive calls using 3CX from a remote environment. So it's all about making and receiving calls from home. Now I'm going to cover a number of things, but the first thing I'm going to show you is introduce you to the hardware. I have here my home PC, which I run the business off on a day-to-day basis, or the PC I use at home. We work remotely routinely, by the way. There's nothing new in this for us. We've been doing it for a very long time. That's held onto the desk, main screen there. I have a handset, but you don't need to run that. And I've also got a very grungy old laptop that we've also got set up to run to make and receive calls. What we're showing here is that this is a hardware agnostic system. You don't need the latest whiz-bang, Wintel, hokey-cokey, newest machine. That particular laptop's about 8 years old, and it will run the system perfectly adequately. The main PC is about 3.5, 4 years old, so it doesn't need to be the latest and greatest and most expensive piece of hardware. Completely hardware agnostic. Now then, I have a phone, which, as you would expect, I would have, but I don't need a phone. I can actually make and receive calls using a USB headset like this one. Now this is a £33 mono headset, just with a very simple, straightforward earpiece and a mic. Plugs into the USB ports, and I can make and receive calls over the PC that way. Now there is so it's cheap to run, it's simple to run. You don't need special hardware, and the other beauty of it is that it uses a very tiny amount of bandwidth. So if you have got a limited amount of bandwidth into your house, if you live out in the sticks, you can make and receive calls, and it will also. But you can make and receive. You do need more bandwidth if you're going to try and make video conferencing calls. But we'll come on to say more about that later. So. Simple to use, very straightforward to deploy in a remote environment, and let's review how we do this in stages. How to begin? First off, you will get an email from the system. It's actually generated by whoever runs your IT systems, called Welcome to 3CX. I'm not sure how much of this you can actually make out, but there's a whole series of links in here, and you need to scroll down to the point where it says "If out of office." You click on that, and that's called the web client. This creates the web client, which in turn creates the application in a Chrome browser. Now we know that it actually runs this runs in Chrome very well. We also know it works in Firefox. It probably works in other browsers, but we know that it works extremely well in Chrome. Now we also know that Chrome will run on Macs, so regardless of whether you've got a PC or a Mac, this will run on your system. Now, you've got a number of ways of this. This essentially allows me to make and receive calls between all the other people on the extension, so essentially kind of internal calls. I can also enter numbers here, so I can enter 01865 5 and so on. I hit return, it dials the number, and away you go. Now, I've got two options here. This I'm driving the desk phone, but I've got a pull down menu and I can run it over the browser, and when you click on browser extension, it becomes a soft phone. I plug in my headset and I make and receive calls over the headset. So that is that's the mechanics of making a call. Now let's look at actually making a call in anger. We've set this up so that we've got click to dial. So as you can see, it's the system recognises that the number on the page is a phone number. I click on the link because it's generated a link, hit return, and it makes a call. That's now being driven through the telephone handset, and here we go. We're now making and receiving calls. So I'm making and receiving calls, so very easy to use. I'm going to cut that because it will give me feedback in a moment. So let's just cut that off. But that's how easy and simple it is to make calls. So again, very simple to use, very easy to live with, and so on. We're now going to look at the 3CX app, which is extremely sophisticated and works well. Okay, the 3CX app that will run on a smartphone. I've been to the Play Store. I've downloaded the app. This happens to be the Android app. You can actually use it on iOS. It will work completely fine. I then get to the point where the 3CX Android app wants me to open it. It starts. I agree. Welcome to 3CX. Next. I think I'll choose Light. Next. Update your status. This tells you where you are and whether you're at lunch or out or whatever. Hold a conference. You can hold conference calls off these using the app. That's absolutely no problem. It's also no problem running conferences off the web app too, so that will work fine. I then click scan the QR code. I click next. App permissions. This is just saying you're granting it permission to do this. Okay. Now allow 3CX. Yes. I click yes. Now at this point, I then go back to my web app. I go back to settings. I then hit scan QR code. I hold this again so it scans the QR code. Downloading seconds. Call Echo Service. This is just going to make me a quick call just to ensure that it's all okay. So it's made a call. It's made sure that everything's okay. Now this app now is now my extension. It's my extension. It's my extension as if it's the same as if it's on the phone, the same as if it's on the web browser. I can make and receive calls from this as if I'm sat at my desk. Now that's dead easy to set up. You're making calls either over your data connection or over Wi-Fi. Works perfectly well. I wouldn't run my business off this. I would have. It works well. The application is solid, but there are bits that 3CX don't control, which is largely the data connections and so on. And I've been known to make and receive calls in Sainsbury's just because I can. But if you're running your day-to-day business, you are better running it off the web app with a secure connection. Okay, I hope that's all clear. Thank you, we'll move on. Okay, let's talk about chat. As we can see now, I've got 3CX installed on my smartphone. I've actually put it in the system tray because that's where I'm making receive calls from. Again, I've got the keypad, which is the usual. I can make and receive calls. But also in here is a chat facility, so I've got the capacity to chat with colleagues, any colleague that's actually on the system, so I can use that to make small talk, and that's how we tend to use it. It's also available. If I go back to the web interface, I click on chat. Again, I click on the colleague in question, and I can chat with them as is necessary. So very useful facility, useful thing to be able to do, and again a free of charge function within the 3CX portfolio. Okay, web meetings. Now you can actually generate conference calls via the headset or via the handset or via the headset, all via this all through this system here. You can create and add. You've also got the capacity to generate an ad hoc web meeting here. So I log in, and this is using a nice cheap camera that I've got piped into the system. and as you can see, you'll get to see my smiling face down in the corner, and I can add participants as I go along. Alternatively, I can schedule a conference, so I can invite people to the conference. I invite them by email, and I can schedule the type. You have the choice, either full video with audio, or just audio only. But again, you can easily run conference calls on the audio system anyway. Now, all of this, so the video conferencing, the web browser, the 3CX app, all of that is free of charge. It's all there in the system. Very straightforward to use. Now, this has been really geared around existing users, but there are people out there who are sitting at home wondering how they can actually run their business while they're not actually there. We can deliver all this. We can deliver this from a hosted environment. We can deliver the handsets. We can deliver the whole lot to you without actually having to visit the office, and that includes porting your existing numbers. So you'll find us on www.wizards.co.uk, 1Z of course, or you can ring me on 0333 241 7707, and I look forward to hearing from you. Good luck in the coronavirus, and please stay well.